Police sources have told CNN News 18 that the cops have found 13 body parts at their residence. Others have been disposed of. The cops are currently trying to find out how and when they were disposed of. Now also, and this is another gruesome detail that CNN News 18 has been able to learn about, to ensure that the parts do not smell, the accused used to boil them in a cooker. Remember, a 56-year-old man was arrested on Wednesday evening for allegedly killing his live-in partner and chopping her body into pieces at his rented apartment in Mira Road, Mumbai. It's a western suburb in Mumbai. Now, the decomposing body parts were found in his house and they led to suspicion that the murder could have occurred 2 to 3 days prior to them being found. An officer from Mumbai Police station had made this statement. Now, the accused, identified as Manoj Sahani, had been staying with the victim, the 32-year-old Saraswati Vedya. That is, again, some very gruesome and unfortunate news coming in when it comes to this murder that's taken place. We're crossing over to CNN News 18's Yasha Kotak, who's joining us live to get us more details on this. Yasha, so what we're understanding about this horrific case is that the police, they've been able to find some body parts. They're trying to understand how other body parts were disposed of. Get us more details, please.
So as of now, we've understood from the cops that they found approximately 13 body parts from their residence. Let us tell you that Saraswati as well as Manoj, they were staying at this location at Mira Road since the last 3 years. It was reported that 2 or 3 days back, Manoj killed her, following which he was trying to dispose her body parts. Now, a chilling and a shocking information has come to forth from our police sources, wherein it's found out that in order to dispose her body parts, he would boil them in a cooker so that there would be no stench. In fact, their neighbors have reported a stench coming in from the residence, which is where cops had reached their location, and on the basis of that, this person, that is the accused Manoj, was arrested. Now he produced before the court, and they also try to find out where to dispose of the other body parts, because when cops reached their residence, it was only her feet which was found, but the other body parts are still being traced. In fact, after killing Saraswati, Manoj had also gotten a tree cutter on the basis of which he chopped her body parts. So now this case is in fact being likened to Shraddha Walkar case, considering the proximity of both these locations. This case of Manoj and Saraswati is being reported from Mira Road, whereas that of Shraddha Walkar was being reported from Vasai Virar. It's being 2 cases of such gruesome murder which have come to forth, and here on the basis of that, police are in fact investigating further. But it also raises questions about women's security when it comes to such cases. Yes,
absolutely. That's a very big issue, especially when it comes to the mentality that's behind these gruesome murders. You have Shraddha Walkar, you have Nikki Yadav, you have a 21-year-old who was stuffed into a trolley bag. All of this was last year. Now, when it comes to this specific case, Yasha, what we want to also understand is, considering that the cops have found these body parts, how exactly is the probe going to proceed here on?
So the probe will go on with the basis of the investigation and the questioning that they'll conduct of accused Manoj. He's been arrested today, will be produced before the court, following which the investigation will take further. Apart from that, these body parts would be recovered. Some of the body parts which have not been found would be recovered. On the basis of Manoj's statement, they'll also speak to the neighbors, record their statement, because they've been the people who in fact reported the fact that they had noticed a stench. So these kind of facts would be pieced together to form a foolproof case against Manoj. Here, considering that Manoj's statement would be very important to understand where have the body parts been disposed of. When they do that, in fact, if there are CCTV footages around their residence, even those would be sought by the police, and they'll use all of these as evidence against Manoj. Yes.
Can you explain the charges that have been framed against Manoj Sahani, considering that he's already been arrested?
So as now, because he's been arrested, there is a murder charge which has been framed against him. Apart from that, various other sections of IPC have been levelled. We now understand other charges that have been levelled as the police would share these details in the court. As of now, the IPC 302, that is the murder, has already been charged against him, and he's been arrested late last night. So these developments have come in only late last night, wherein we'd see there'll be more developments and more information in this case coming forth in today's day.
What are the important statements that have come in from neighbors, friends and family?
So the neighbors have said that they have been staying there for the last 3 years. Apart from that, they've also mentioned how since the last series they did not find Saraswati, and a stench was noticed, which is how they raised this flag with the cops. While the cops were not aware about this, in fact, it was Manoj who was still staying in there. So this also, in fact, informs about how Manoj was staying there after all these days with that stench and with those body parts. This is something that also would be a part of cops' investigation. When we understand the neighbors, they've mentioned that the two of them were living there in a living relationship since the last 3 years. Yes.
Yasha, thank you so much for joining us and for bringing us those details when it comes to this horrific murder. We're going to continue to track the developments here, but right now we're going to be heading